So today we have some official news from Jeff Kaplan himself regarding McCree. Now, instead of fanning the hammer, we're sort of gonna be fanning the nerf hammer, if that's a thing. Anyways, this has been sort of in the talks since, I want to say, the last week or two about McCree getting this nerf, or potentially nerfs. They were kind of unclear about what they were going to be, but this week they have come out with a new statement kind of confirming in a more concrete manner which direction they want to take McCree and exactly what of his mechanics or abilities they're going to mess with. And I'll show you the post here, and I'll go ahead and link the actual full interview, but just kind of reading off from this paragraph, you know, it seems like they want to essentially nerf the fan the hammer damage. I don't think they're going to touch the flashbang. At least he didn't say they're going to touch the flashbang. The vision they have for McCree is to be the anti-Tracer, you know, anti-Reaper, anti-Genji. So essentially a counter to those quick high mobility heroes, which makes sense. But the main concern that they really want to address is that tanks just melt under McCree. So just judging off of what they're saying, you know, they're going to still counter Tracer, Genji, and Reaper. Considering that Reaper has 250 HP, I would guess that they're going to nerf it down to around the 250, 275 mark. That way you can still kill those assassin heroes. But on the flip side, it still protects those tanks from being annihilated by two fan the hammer attacks. Currently, it does 70 damage per shot, so that kind of, you know, multiplies up to 420 damage currently for fan the hammer, which is an incredible amount. And kind of factoring in the combat roll, which will instantly reload, I mean, that essentially is doubling his damage to 840, which is kind of ridiculous. Pretty much can kill anyone. So I'm gonna call it, guys. I'm gonna say they're gonna nerf the fan the hammer damage by about 40%. That way it brings it up just above 250 damage for the full cycle. So yeah, I mean, pretty exciting stuff to see where they take McCree. Now, is this the right direction of where we want to go with McCree? Well, in my opinion, I think that's an easy fix. Like, it may not alleviate people complaining, dying to McCree as those squishy heroes, but it will, you know, make tanks have a lot more of a shot against this guy. He's already been nerfed before. He used to actually have no drop-off damage for his revolver, so he used to hit 70 damage at all ranges, which sounds pretty ridiculous, but now it has that drop-off damage to, I believe, 35 damage at minimum. So, I don't know. What does this mean? What would I do? What would I do if I was Jeff Kaplan? Well, I would decrease the damage a little bit. I would make the flashbang more of like a concussion thing, right? So give it a silence effect, so, you know, heroes can't use their abilities. You know, you can still cancel ultimates and all that lovely stuff, and also decrease the movement speed to like 10% for the same duration of the stun. So currently the flashbang will stun for about a little under a second. So kind of make it the same amount, but make it a slow and a silence, so, you know, the other side, the other person can still fight back with their guns or their primaries or whatever, so it doesn't feel completely one-sided. I feel like that would be a better fix as far as sort of alleviating that perception, that loss of control that people tend to hate about stun-based heroes. So I don't know. I mean, that's just sort of my opinion. Maybe you guys have a different opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would do if it was up to you as far as nerfing McCree. Or changing him, or whatever. You know, a lot of people get, you know, sensitive about that word nerf, but, you know, how would you change McCree if you would? Do you think he's fine now? Do you think the proposed changes from, you know, the Blizzard team is appropriate? Obviously, we don't have any hard numbers, just sort of my guesses, but it looks like they're going to be messing with the Peacekeepers fan the hammer exclusively. They haven't really mentioned the flashbang yet, or the combat roll yet, or even the Deadeye ultimate yet. So this is kind of what we have to go off of. Again, I'll go ahead and link the full interview down in the description for your reading. They kind of talk a little bit more about D.Va as well, giving her buffs. They're trying to go more into a tank role or a damage role. They're not really sure yet. So it's kind of interesting to kind of see how involved the developers are with the community and how active they are in sort of listening and trying to adjust things. So that's just about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it informative, found it sort of insightful, and yeah, until next time, I'll see you in the next one.